This analyst is saying right now that Bitcoin could go up to 50 or 60,000 US dollars this month or next month, because this analyst says that Bitcoin is in a third wave structure from a fifth wave structure, and the third wave is known to be the biggest wave. Guys, is this true? We want to have a look at that in today's video. I think this is quite a reputable analyst. It's Bluntz over on Twitter, and I think it's very interesting what he's sharing right here. So I want to talk about that in today's video. We are going to have a look at the Bitcoin price. We are going to have a look at the total market cap of crypto. And I also want to have a look with you about the Bitcoin NFTs. And we are going to have a look, of course, at the stablecoin dominance. So guys, drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and let's jump straight into it. And I really like this count. And why is that? Because this count, guys, really looks like a 16-year cycle that is in play, and we've been talking about the 16-year cycle already since the beginning of 2023, that there is a possibility that we are going to see a very early accelerated bull market, which will top out also earlier, because that is exactly the same thing that the dot-com bubble also did. The dot-com bubble, if you like it or not, really followed a similar path as Bitcoin. The dot-com bubble also had 4-year cycles. Well, there was no halving event in the dot-com bubble, right? But there were these 4-year cycles where you have 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down, 3 years up, 1 year down. But the last cycle, the last 4-year cycle, which we also potentially see with Bitcoin, was flipped. So it was a short term with high acceleration, followed by a multi-year long bear market, because the secular bull market, the secular uptrend, needed a correction as well. And I think that is possible with crypto as well. I've been talking already about that since early 2023. I doubted that scenario once we broke below the 20-week and 21-weekly EMA. Why? Because generally in a bull market, we don't really break below these levels, right? Also below the 200-day and 200-week. So definitely some key levels that we lost right here, which made me doubt and also thought that we might see some further correction. In the end, we didn't do that. This was most likely kind of a disbelief phase, and Bitcoin just took off to the upside. And right now actually is trading at high levels if you compare it to early 2023. But if you think of where it could go in the shorter term time frame, we actually might have not seen anything yet. So this analyst basically tells us that right now we are like at the beginning of wave 3. So this was the first wave. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the first wave in a fifth wave structure, which means that it's an impulse. Then we have a ABC correction, A, B, C. And then we can start the third wave right here. The third wave, which also has a 5-wave structure, but probably the corrections are very shortly lived and not that shallow like previous bull markets, because this one goes in a shorter amount of time. Then after the third wave, we're going to complete a 4th wave correction, and then we have the last push up, which is the 5th wave, which could bring Bitcoin over the all-time high, but maybe not really tap the 100,000 US dollars, which everyone is going to be watching again this bull market, right? Maybe we don't get that 100k. Like I've made also I wrote an article for bitcoinmagazine.com. I've shared that article over on Twitter, where I actually analyzed that the difference in Bitcoin bull markets is quite interesting, because it looks like the peak of the cycle was already in 2017, and that doesn't mean that more liquidity can enter the markets. But if you look at peak activity, peak volume, then 2017 was really significant, even more significant than 2020-21. And also, if you take the M2 money supply, so if you take inflation into consideration, the peak of 2020-2021 wasn't that higher than 2017. And maybe I can show you guys real quick what I mean with that. So guys, here you can already see that the peak of 2017 is not that far away from the peak of 2020 or 2021 if you look at purchasing power. So if you just look at US dollar, at the amount of US dollars, it is different, of course, because a lot of money has been created, a lot of money has been printed. But in terms of purchasing power, if we didn't saw that created dollars, then this would be maybe 30 or 40,000 US dollars and not 60, 70,000 US dollars. So, and this is basically how the 16-year cycle would look, right? We have the first 4-year cycle, which the top of that first 4-year cycle is in the second half. The second 4-year cycle, top is in the second half. The third 4-year cycle, the top is in the second half. And then the fourth 4-year cycle, the top is in the first half. So that means quarter one of 2024. And I definitely see that as a becoming a more higher probability. Why? Because a lot of people, they're going to be bullish by the halving. They're going to be insanely bullish, while actually Bitcoin might be already topping, and the majority will then eventually be on the wrong side with the Bitcoin price structure. And we might even see Bitcoin top with the announcement of that Bitcoin spot ETF approved. Because if you think about it, guys, if an institution right now wants to get some exposure to Bitcoin, it can buy Coinbase shares, it can buy MicroStrategy shares, and there are definitely ways for institutions also to buy Bitcoin. And maybe I'm wrong, and maybe that Bitcoin ETF launches Bitcoin into a crazy bull market, into a super cycle where the price of one Bitcoin will become 100, 200, 300,000 US dollars. It's all possible, right? But for me, as analyzing charts already since 2016, we've seen this with the .com bubble as well, and you can already see that this is going... that this actually has a curve. This secular bull market has a curve, and sooner or later that curve will turn, because a secular bull market also needs a secular correction, so that a 1-year bear market can become a 2-3-year bear market. And it's very important that you are well prepared for such a scenario, because imagine if you are dependent on your crypto, or most of your savings are in crypto, and we are in a 2-3 year bear market, then I would say most people are definitely going bankrupt. So yeah, guys, that's for the 16-year cycle, and that's for that nice count that Bluntz right here shared over on Twitter. Bitcoin's price action is looking very interesting, because it's still pushing higher. It's still holding these levels, now trading at 35,360. Looks like the relative strength index already broke out. Maybe that's an early sign that we are going to break out in the price too. Something I want to say is that Bitcoin can consolidate while actually trending up. We've seen this in bull markets where Bitcoin just like consolidates while making higher lows, and the relative strength index coming down, and just Bitcoin continues to go up. So that's definitely possible. We are seeing the total crypto market cap really tapping that resistance, getting rejected all the time. But as you can see, this rejection was already more harsh. This rejection is getting less. Maybe we can push through this resistance either today or tomorrow. And if we look at the stablecoin dominance, we still really didn't see a breakout, right? This thing can break down, this thing can break up. We don't have a clear direction yet, but this will definitely be an extra confirmation on what is going to happen with Bitcoin. Then, guys, I want to share something about the Bitcoin ordinal space, because I am so bullish on Bitcoin NFTs, and we can see that already right here on CoinGecko on ordinals. In 24 hours, look at these increases. These are very crazy, because this is even crazier than most altcoins. Bitcoin Frogs increased 20%. This, I don't even know this one. This is 34% increase in 24 hours. Bitmap 20% increase in 24 hours. Bitcoin Whales 245% increase. Bitcoin Punks 12% increase, misprints, 116% increase. These are crazy increases. Some even doubled, some even more than doubled in just 24 hours. This is the 7-day chart. You can see Bitcoin Frogs going up, this one going up, this one going up. All these charts are going up. There are not many charts that actually going down. And guys, this is really well explainable, because Bitcoin has a higher market cap than Ethereum. If you look at the Ethereum NFT space, that one went crazy. Billions of US dollars are inside. And if you look at the Bitcoin NFT space, it looks like a complete joke. I mean, like, the Bitcoin Frogs market cap probably is like 20 million. That is the biggest market cap of Bitcoin NFT, like 20 million. I think it feels like the smallest market cap of Ethereum still has higher than 20 million. That's of course not true, but Ethereum has market caps of 600 million, 700 million. And when we have a look at the market cap of Bitcoin NFTs, it's just very low, and we can see a lot of things happening in the space. For example, Elon Musk was saying on Joe Rogan that you should store NFTs on the blockchain, not a link to the NFT or a link to the image on the blockchain. Well, that's exactly what Bitcoin does. Fidelity made actually an article talking about Bitcoin ordinals. Binance just added Ordi to their platform. Ordi had a massive surge. Let's have a look at Ordi. That is also a coin, guys, that we have been talking about very early on already in over on Will Alerts. This is a coin that we actually have been mentioning very, very early, and I'm already bullish on this token, for quite some time. Why? Because the narrative is so easy to explain. It's the first ever altcoin created on Bitcoin. Well, if that doesn't have any historical value, I don't know what is. So when this got launched on Binance, then we have seen like crazy surge. Right now trading at $13 already, almost trading at the highs when it got launched. And I'm not saying to FOMO into this is definitely overstretched right here, but if you look at ordinals in general, Bitcoin NFTs, I definitely think that they will have a high value at a certain period in the future. So I'm not saying like you should hold them forever. But if you think about it, how it went with Ethereum, right? This NFT slowly caught up and more money came in, and suddenly the hype started, and suddenly, there were like NFTs sold for millions and millions of US dollars. Right now with Bitcoin, we are in the kids' shoes of the same event, right? So if you would accumulate right now Bitcoin NFTs, just wait for that hype to build up, to occur, and then once that hype is there, you can offload your NFTs. Right? It's not a promise, it's not a guarantee, but we have seen the playbook already going on with Ethereum. So I think it's definitely interesting, and I also made some videos about it over on Will Alerts, where I'm exactly explaining which Bitcoin NFTs I'm buying. If you want to know that, join Will Alerts with the link down below. The only thing you need to do is you need to be an active trader on one of these exchanges that we recommend, and also the exchanges, when you sign up with our affiliate link, you will get a additional bonus. So definitely there's a lot of upside potential for ordinals right here, especially when Bitcoin is in this bull market and is going to continue to trade higher, going to break out to the upside. Then definitely I think a lot of money can flow to Bitcoin NFTs, but there will be a short amount of time where you have the chance to basically offload. That's the same with Ethereum NFTs. There were a couple of months where this hype was going on. That is the time to sell, right? Because afterwards that thing also completely went down, and it was difficult to sell, and a lot of Ethereum NFTs have seen a significant correction. But it feels with Bitcoin we're not even in that acceleration stage yet. People talking about ordinals, Bitcoin NFTs, but we are still at the very, very beginning with market caps of 20 million. I mean, look at coin market cap, look at some altcoins for 20 million. Those are low cap altcoins. These are all low cap NFTs, right? They are not really high cap NFTs yet, although they are already quite pricey sometimes, right? So guys, this is basically my thoughts on the markets right now. I definitely think Bitcoin has a shot right here, breaking out to the upside. We will get that confirmation over in the stablecoin dominance. The count that Bluntz shared over on Twitter, I do think is very interesting, and we could see something like this, which would definitely represent or higher the probability that we are seeing that 16-year cycle playing out. So all in all, very interesting stuff. And Guys, if you are interested in getting more information over the cryptocurrency markets, if you want to know exactly which ordinals or which Bitcoin NFTs I'm buying, I made a couple of altcoins as well. I posted them over on Will Alerts where I'm going to invest in, where I think I can actually make a 10 to 100x. We actually found one altcoin, and if it takes off a little bit, I will share it right here on the channel too. But this altcoin is kind of insane because this altcoin has a market cap below 10 million, has already a working product, and that working product already generated a revenue of over 30 million. So if you look at the fundamentals of that altcoin and the market cap that it has right now, is for me is really a no-brainer. The risk is pretty low and the potential reward is freaking high if you ask me. If you want to know exactly which altcoin I'm talking about, make sure to join Will Alerts where you will get insider information. You can join by joining Bybit, BingX or BitGet. All of the affiliate links are down below in the description. And if you join with our specific affiliate link, you can get additional bonus. And if you want to sign up to Will Alerts, you just go to willportal.com, you select the exchange that you signed up, and then you set your user ID, and then we check from our side whether you meet the deposit requirements, and then we will add you to the Will Portal Telegram. Make sure that your Telegram settings are allowing you to be added to a private Telegram channel, so it's easier to add you. Guys, that was it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, smash up the like button, subscribe if you haven't. Wish you all a beautiful day. Hope to see every single one of you in the next video.